Welcome to the channel. In this short video, we're going to explain window tinting on dual pane windows. Specifically, what we're worried about is breaking the seal between the two different panes. If you're not familiar with this concept, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, the best way to apply window tint is on the outside. However, it's dramatically more expensive. You've got to seal the edges. It's a real pain. You're probably just not going to do it. So if you're in a residential situation, you're almost certainly going to use internal tint that's on the inside of your house. Well, imagine that the sun comes down, goes through the first pane of glass, then goes through the second pane of glass, hits that reflective coating that you've put on, and then the heat gets trapped between the two panes of glass. And when that happens, they expand, and when they expand, the seals break. That won't happen day one, it won't happen year one, but it will happen over time as they expand and contract. And that's a very big problem. So you probably don't want to do that. However, there are ways to solve that using dual pane safe tint. And we are using a product from BDF. By the way, this is all completely unsponsored. So if you found this video useful, big thumbs up would be super appreciated. It would really help with the Google algorithms. So let's show you how we arrived at this. We contacted a number of manufacturers, a number of installers, and ended up settling on this product. But there are other products from companies like Gilla, which you can get at Home Depot. One of the problems with the Gilla product, at least from memory, was that they didn't have anything that was officially dual pane safe, but they said would be dual pane safe. And again, I contacted a bunch of these manufacturers. So if you're worried about it, either buy something that says dual pane safe or contact the manufacturer directly to make sure it's right for you. So let's show you how we found the BDF product, the Decorative Film. Go to bdf.com, over to heat control, even though we're also looking for light control, and select heat control for dual pane. All of these products are safe for dual pane windows. Now, what you have to figure out is how dark you want it and what type of material you want. Some of them are using simple PET, just basically plastic that's colored. Some of them are using ceramics. Some of them are using metal fleck, and all of them have slightly different qualities. Of the 25 plus different products I looked at, I found none of them were vastly superior to the other. So I don't think it makes much difference. It's really about what you want, which gets down to how reflective you want it to be and how dark you want it to be. You need some specialized tools, nothing really radical, but in particular what you're looking for is a utility knife that is a stainless steel blade. Why a stainless steel blade? That's because it's softer than a steel blade, regular steel blade, and it won't cut your windows, it won't scratch them. The other thing is, I just moved, and I scrapped a lot of stuff when I moved, and I just didn't have even a sprayer bottle. I had to buy this little kit. Now, this little kit cost me about $15, and you can see it's currently unavailable, but Amazon comes up with another one that you can choose. It's roughly the same thing. What I was looking for in here was the silly bottle, which, yes, I know I could buy somewhere else. I was also looking for a wide, soft, flat edge, and that's because I want to be able to pull down and get the water out, which you'll see in a minute, quickly and easily. Those are the two big things I was looking for. And the only other thing I had to buy was a squeegee. And yeah, I had a squeegee before, but it's gone with the old house. The installation's pretty straightforward if you follow a few basic rules. So let's show you how to do that, and you'll have your windows tinted in no time. So this is the window I chose to work on first. It's roughly 2 feet by 4 feet. I'm going to do this left panel first and see how it goes. Now, the very first thing to know is do not do this in the heat. Make sure you're doing this at the shady time of the day. The next thing to do is to clean that window well. So take your water bottle, fill it up with a good pile of soap. When I say a good pile, just take your dish soap or even shampoo, pour in for a few seconds, make sure that it's strong enough to change the color of the water. You do not want this weak, you want this incredibly soapy. Spray it down again. Use your squeegee. 50% cut. Then go along with the different cloth and just get those corners. Don't worry if there's a little bit of water left. That's okay. You're not trying to get the water off and the soap off. You're trying to get the grime off. And I say grime, I'm talking about little tiny flecks. Anything in this, it will show as an imperfection. You don't want that. If you can, go to a nearby window and give it a quick squidge as well. Because what you need to do is tack it up first, cut it roughly to shape, then move it over. So you want to make sure that the film, when you put it on here, isn't getting any dirt from the window that you were using for the rough cut. BDF includes not only the film, but also some tools. There we go. Little blade, little squeegee. Let's do a rough cut to make this easier. You want an inch or two left on each side. You do not want to cut it too tightly. Now comes about the only challenging part, which is trying to figure out what side to put on the glass and what side to put out. What side's sticking to the glass. And that side is the side with the backing liner. So there's going to be a clear plastic that we're going to pull off of this film. That's the side that sticks on the glass. So you take a piece of tape, put it on the corner, take another piece of tape, put it on the same corner on the opposite side, and pull them apart. There it is. So that clear film, that is the backing side. So this side here is the side that I'm going to stick to the window. Okay, now that I've got it separated a bit, I know where it is. I'll just put this down because I don't want to get it all screwed up. And what I need to do now is soak this with water. Just drench it. This is the biggest mistake people make, is they don't put enough on. More is better. And you'll remember I said the second window? Yep, just put a little bit on there so we can pull this backing off. Just tack it down a bit with your hands and a little bit of squeegee. Pull that backing off. Now carefully turn it around and attach it. Now if you have a finished edge along the top, that's the best thing to use. And there should be about a 1/16 of an inch, maybe an 1/8 of an inch gap. So don't worry about it being perfect. These windows that are inset are the hardest to do. Now, if you put enough water and soap here, you should be able to move it around a little bit. Now take a squeegee of really any size, because you want to leave a little gap on the edges. You'll never get this straight if you don't use a tool. There's always going to be waste when you're working with film. Now you could take the soft little edge that shipped with the BYD product, but I wanted a larger, softer one, so in the kit that I bought came with this, which has a nice soft edge, and you just push out from the middle, do a T first. And I should be doing this with two hands, but I'm only using one because I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way for you. Okay, enough of that. Let's make sure you're getting rid of those air bubbles. If you don't, they're going to pocket up and be a mess. And you'll notice I'm not going quite to the edge. I'm getting very close, but generally not going all the way. Oh, got some air bubbles here. Can't have those. Now I'm going to go to the smaller one that BYD gave me. So right near the edge, but not all the way to the edge generally. If you go to the edge, it's okay. Now take a cloth, go around the outside to soak up the excess water and soap. Now it's time to go around the outside and do what we call bumping, which is finishing that last little bit of water and soap that's at the edge and stretching it out just that last little bit. And that's it. Now this will take 10 days, 2 weeks to cure properly, and some little imperfections will stretch out as the heat gets on it and the water evaporates. Let's go outside and take a look. So it's the window on the far right there. And yeah, I think that's going to do exactly what I want. That's provided a mirror finish that's going to keep the some of the heat out and some of the light out, but not too much, because I paid a lot for this view and I want it. And I'll zoom in and you can see on the one on the right, you can't see the window blind. The one on the left, you can. Hey, so if you found this video useful, please give us the big thumbs up. Super helpful with the Google algorithms. If you have any questions or concerns, you can get a hold of us directly at www.urtech, that's www.urtech.ca, or you can leave a question or comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye-bye.